In most video games, insects are nothing more than monsters or enemies waiting to be defeated. But some games do the exact opposite, putting these tiny creatures in the spotlight instead. Ordered by release date, here are 13 insect-themed games that are well worth checking out. Let's start with Bug, released for the Sega Saturn in 1995. It was one of the first games to feature an insect as its main character, and one of the early pioneers of 3D platforming. You play as Bug, a green insect who runs along tree branches, climbs around giant blocks, and jumps on enemies while making his way through each stage. If Bug helped pave the way, A Bug's Life is probably the insect game that many players remember most. Released for the original PlayStation in 1998 and based on Pixar's animated film, you play as Flick on a mission to save Ant Island. Along the way, you'll collect seeds to grow springy leaves, dandelions, and seed turrets that help you solve obstacles and fight off enemies. From platforming to aerial combat, Buck Bumble takes insects into a sci-fi setting. Released for the Nintendo 64 in 1998, you play as a cybernetically enhanced bumblebee fighting an army of mutated insects. Most of the game is spent flying through gardens, sewers, and city streets, all from the perspective of a creature no bigger than your thumb. Things get even stranger with Mr. Mosquito, released for the PlayStation 2 in 2001. Instead of saving the world or fighting monsters, you play as a mosquito, secretly living inside the Yamada family's house. Your goal is simple: drink enough blood to survive the winter. Every successful bite turns into a small balancing minigame where you have to stay steady without alerting your unsuspecting host. Released for the Nintendo Wii in 2009, Deadly Creatures lets you play as two fearsome predators, a desert scorpion and a black widow spider. Combat takes place from ground level, where blades of grass, scattered rocks, and even human footprints become towering obstacles. Each creature also fights differently, whether it's trapping prey in webs or striking with venom and powerful pincers. Journey of a Roach takes you into a post-apocalyptic world through the eyes of a cockroach. You follow Jim as he explores the underground shelters left behind after humanity has disappeared. The game's standout feature is its ability to let you crawl across almost any surface, including walls and ceilings, turning every puzzle into a challenge from a completely different perspective. If you're a fan of classic RPGs, Bug Fables is an easy recommendation. Released in 2019, the game follows three explorers, a beetle named Kabu, a bee named Vi, and a moth named Leif, as they search for the legendary everlasting sapling. Outside of its turn-based battles, each character also brings unique abilities that help you solve puzzles and explore a world inspired by handcrafted paper storybooks. Yoku's Island Express is one of those games that's hard to fit into a single genre. You play as Yoku, a dung beetle who has just become the new postmaster of Mokumana Island. Instead of running and jumping through a traditional platformer, your entire adventure unfolds across a giant pinball table. Flippers launch both you and your ball across the island as you deliver mail, solve puzzles, and unlock new areas. Ant Venture is a point-and-click puzzle adventure starring Florentine, an inventive young ant with a passion for building machines. After accidentally ruining one of his inventions, you help him gather the parts needed to repair it and continue his journey. What makes the game stand out is its world, built entirely from real-life macro photography. From leaves and pebbles to bottle caps, everyday objects become enormous landmarks through the eyes of an ant. In Spider, Rite of the Shrouded Moon, you play as a spider living inside a mysterious abandoned mansion. Your job is to weave webs in different locations, catch insects, and complete the objectives of each level. But beneath the hunting lies another story. As you explore, you'll gradually uncover clues that reveal the dark history of a secretive cult that once called the mansion home. Released in 2019, Bee Simulator lets you experience life as a honeybee in a sprawling park inspired by New York's Central Park. You'll gather pollen, collect nectar, defend your hive, and take on a variety of challenges along the way. One of its most interesting features is bee vision, which lets you see the world in ultraviolet light, just like real bees do. Combined with its bright visuals and relaxing orchestral soundtrack, it makes for a surprisingly peaceful experience. In Webbed, you play as a tiny spider trying to rescue her partner from a giant bird. Swinging through the world on silk is only part of the adventure. You can also spin bridges, build traps, and pull heavy objects to solve environmental puzzles. Its colorful world and fluid animations give the game a playful charm that's hard not to love. Wrapping up the list is Empire of the Ants, a real-time strategy game released in 2024 and powered by Unreal Engine 5. You command an ant colony, gather resources, and battle rival insect species as you expand your territory. The game's biggest highlight is its stunning presentation. Every blade of grass, fallen leaf, and morning dew is rendered with the level of detail you'd expect from a modern nature documentary. And those were 13 insect-themed games that I think are well worth checking out. If you know another great game that deserves a spot on this list, let everyone know in the comments. And if you enjoy discovering unique games like these, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.